morning everyone. This is Parveen. Today we are on the first session of class 8 history chapter 2, that is the rise and growth of the company power in India. Now what is the rise and growth of the company power? First of all, to start with the chapter, first we need to understand that what we are going to learn in this particular chapter. We are going to learn about the different company powers who came to India for the purpose of trading, but later on they captured India, they made colonies in India. They make their colonies to India, they capture Indian territories or they capture Indian states. Now there are different powers when we talk about company power who came to India for the purpose of trading. And because of the rich mineral resources in India, because of the new market in availability of new market in India, they capture India for economic benefit. So these are the different European nations who came to India and they make their company in India, and then they ruled upon India for like Britishers, they ruled upon India for 150 years. So in this particular chapter we are going to learn about these company power, how they came to India and how their power grew in India. Now when we talk about for trading purposes, when European nations came to India, we will just see the background before starting with the chapter. We will see the background of that particular thing. So now when we talk about the trading, as in European nations in 17th century, England started with an industrial revolution. Industrial revolution means there was a introduction of machines in industries for manufacturing commodities or goods. And as there was an industrial revolution and there is an introduction of machines, production increases in European nations like England, France, Portuguese, Dutch, Germany. They have accepted that industrial revolution. They started using machines to make production, which increases the level of production, because of which they require new markets to sell their commodities, and they also require raw materials for producing more and more commodities to gain economic power. And as Asian countries, they attracted towards the Asian countries for raw materials, for resources for their production and for new market. So they started trading with the Asian countries for that, and they started fighting with each other that who will have a more trade with the Asian countries, especially India. On that time India was a very rich country and very much rich in minerals and very much rich in market activities. So automatically those European powers, they attracted towards India for trading purposes and for using the mineral resources which we have in India. So now we will see one by one that first who came to India, which European power came to India, how they established their trade in India, like that. So over here we are going to learn about the 4 European powers who came to India and who grew their power, their trading power in India. That is Portuguese, Dutch, then Britishers and French. From these 4, only Britishers are there who ruled upon over India till 150 years, as we know. So over here we will start with the Portuguese. The Portuguese in India, Mughal emperors, like we know that at the time when Europeans came to India for the purpose of trading, on that time Indian ruling system was divided between three rulers. That is Marathas, then we have Mughal emperors, then we have Nawabs in Hyderabad, and Mughal emperors in Delhi, or Marathas are there who are there in Maharashtra. So we are having 3 division of power, 3 division of rulers in India. So on that time the most powerful emperors were Mughal emperors, and Mughal emperors had failed to guard the sea coast due to they have a weak navy power, because of which they have failed to guard the sea coast. And sea coasts are the main you can say main part where they can trade with, from where the European nations can come to India. That was sea route. On that time sea routes has been used to for the trading purposes, and because of the weak navy of Mughal emperor, they are failed to guard the sea coast of India, because of which what happens, European power get advantage and they started fighting to trade in India and to use mineral resources in India. And they try to capture trading power in India, because on that time India is economically India is very strong. That is why they wanted to trade with India, and European nations they started fighting with each other that who will trade with India more and who will get the benefit out of it more, because of which we are having First World War after that. After some time, because of this fighting of European nations to gain the power in Asian countries, it leads to the First World War. So over here, as Mughal emperors are failed to guard their coast, that is why the European nations get advantage to come over to India by using sea route. On that time, Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese navigator. See, on that time what happens, there are rulers, they wanted to find out the sea routes to India and to different Asian countries. That is why they started appointing navigators. Navigators means who find the sea routes. And these navigators are working for the government, or working for the rulers, European rulers, so that they can find a route, easy route from which they can come to India, or from which they can connect trade. Trade connection was there between India or different European nations. So Vasco da Gama was the first navigator, who was Portuguese navigator, found the sea route to India on 20th May 1498 at Calicut port. So he was the first navigator who found the sea route in India from European nations. Then as he found out the sea route, 180 soldiers were boarded. After that, 180 soldiers of Portuguese government was, a Portuguese ruler was boarded to India, and Portuguese established their trading centers in Cochin, Goa, Dev and Daman. So they have all the sea coast of India has been captured by Portuguese for trading purposes. And after that, you can say that when they started with the trading, they retained all these areas in 1961. Till 1961, they retained all these areas, and some part of the India was under the control of the Portuguese, that is Goa, Dev and Daman, where Portuguese are having their colonies, and other states, Britishers are having their power. So this is all about the Portuguese trading power in India. After Portuguese, second European nation who came towards the India, who attracted towards India, is Dutch. Dutch people, they attracted towards India because of the spices in India, and they wanted to gain the power of spice trading in India. That is why what they have done, that Dutch started East India Company in 1602 in India. They have formed one company of their own in India, that is Dutch East India Company. Was formed in 1602, and they are welcomed by the king on that time. King of the coastal side. King of the coastal side was very happy to be with them, because they wanted to trade with India. They didn't want to capture India. So they have set up the important factories, spice factories in Masulipatam, Palikat, Surat, Karikal, Patna and Cochin. They established many different spice factories in India, and they started exporting cotton clothes, raw silk, opium and indigo from India. And they also, after some times, they succeeded to maintain monopoly in trading spices at 17th century. They are the single trader of spices in India. Then they established their command on pepper and spices in India, but their government is not supporting them. Their government is not supporting the trade with India. That is why, because of the behavior of the Dutch government, it leads to the decline of the Dutch East India Company in India. After Portuguese and Dutch, British, England and France also came to India for the purpose of trade. Now we will see Britishers, how they came to India, and French or France, how they came to India. First we will start with the British in India. Sir Francis Drake, as we all know that, or as I have told you, that England was a mother of industrial revolution in European nations. England was the first nation who started using machines instead of using labor for production. So they wanted to have a new market, and for that new market they sent their navigators to find a new sea routes to different countries in the world. Sir Francis Drake, England navigator, undertook voyage in 1579. In 1579 he took the voyage of all the east part of the world, and the victory of Spanish Armada. They find the sea route of Spanish Armada in 1588, which encouraged the voyages, which encouraged to find out the sea routes, and that encouraged that victory of Spanish Armada encouraged many navigators or many seafarers in England, and they are James Lancaster, John Baden-Hall are the farers or are the sea navigators who get the encouragement after the voyage of Spanish Armada in 1588. And on that time, on 31st December 1600, Queen Elizabeth, on that time the Queen Elizabeth I was the ruler in England, and she guaranteed East India Company, an inland company known as East India Company for trading. He guaranteed that company a royal charter to trade with East. That means he guaranteed or he warned all different European nations that they cannot trade with the east part of the country or east part of the world. Only England is having a right to trade with the eastern part of the world, because Queen Elizabeth I guaranteed the royal charter to the East India Company to gain the economic power in all over the country or all over the world. Then in 1608, Britishers made first attempt to establish East India Company in India, and they got the permission. On that time, the Mughal Emperor Jahangir gave them permission to establish permanent company in Surat, and like that Britishers established their trading in India. And afterwards, in many important cities like Madras, Mumbai, Kolkata, all these important cities, they established their East India Company, or as they have seen that they are getting economic benefit out of the country, they started slowly capturing India. They started slowly interfering in the political system in India, because on that time India is having an unstable political system. There are three rulers in India: Marathas, Mughal emperors and Nawabs, who are fighting with each other. There was political instability in India, and with taking advantage of that political instability, Britishers tried to gain, or Britishers succeeded to gain political power in India, or as we have seen that they ruled upon India over 150 years. After Britishers, French are the last one who came towards India for the trading purposes. The French company, Compagnie des Indes Orientales, was found in 1664, and for the first time this company established in India in 1668 in Surat by Francois Keren. Then they have also established many companies in Mahe, Pondicherry, Karikal and Surat. And then after that, French also established their trading centers in India, like England, like Dutch and Portuguese. But as we have seen that they wanted to gain more and more economic benefit from India, and they wanted a monarchy to trade in India. That is why this particular thing started rivalry between these European nations who are there, who are trading with India to gain more trading benefits from the India, or to gain trading power in India, and it raised conflicts amongst themselves. They started opposing each other, and they started interfering in the political matters of India. If any rulers are opposing their trading system through army power, they try to suppress that particular ruler, and they started capturing political power in India. And because of this, they wanted all the European countries who are there in India, they are fighting with each other that who is going to be more powerful in India, and which leads to the Carnatic War, which fought between these European nations between 1746 to 1763 to capture India. And that Carnatic War, Dutch are not there in that war. Portuguese, they capture Dev and Daman area. France, they go back to European nations, and Britishers and Portuguese are the European nations who actually ruled upon India. Some part of the India was under the control of Portuguese, and most of the parts of India is under the control of Britishers on that time. I hope you have understand this particular topic. Now in the next session we will see different wars fought in India, like Battle of Plassey, Battle of Buxar. Till then, thank you.